Good morning, everybody, and a very, very warm welcome once again to our great empowering morning conversations. So, how are you feeling today? Great, wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary. Thought that came to my life was into my mind in this morning was create life, stop complaining.
Yes. Yes.
And the thought came to me because I realized that we spend so much time with so many people who are complaining so much of the time. A lot of that time is spent in complaining, and they don't even realize that they are complaining. It's become so much a part of their way of being that they don't realize that they are doing it. If you tell them they are complaining, they'll say, no, I'm just talking. Really? And if you listen to them very intently, you're going to find out a little pattern that most people seem to exhibit, when you listen to people talking. As a matter of fact, even when you listen to your own self-talk that's going on most of the time, you'll realize what you are doing. All right. So you may discover that you are complaining, or you may discover a couple of two other things that we are doing all the time. Okay. So I want you to reflect a little bit and think and tell me, what do you think that you must be doing other than complaining in your mind? And it is so all pervasive that you might not even know that you're doing it unless you look at it very carefully. So anybody has got a clue about what we are doing? All the time in our mind, hum karte rehte hain, we keep on doing that. Yes, Neeti.
Sir, judging, comparing.
Okay. And okay, fine, got it. Ready, Garu?
Sir, good morning. We always think about how to face the current situation in life.
Okay. So how do you do that? Your mind would be saying, okay, what should I do now? When you want to prepare for a current situation in life, what is your mind saying? It'll be telling something, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do you think it is telling?
What is your next action?
What should I do next?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Sorry, sir.
And that thought comes because of what? If you think again, when something is happening, some thought comes and then you say, okay, what should I do next? Think about that.
Okay, sir.
Think, huh? When was the last time you were thinking like this? I'll come to you, Shanti and Shakti. I can see your hands are raised. I can see Gunen's hand raised also. All right. So while you're thinking, Reddy Garu, we will ask the other people.
Yeah.
And if you remember, you can tell us. Well, let's start with Shanti.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
All. I think other than judging and complaining, there is doubt because of the fear.
Okay.
Fear of the unknown. If I take action, whether the result will come, how long it will take, all these doubts, and also self-doubt, like whether I can be able to do it, whether other people can be able to understand me and they follow my instructions, all these doubts. And the doubt is related to fear of future.
And when you are fearing something, what do you want to do?
We hesitate. We have the reluctance to move forward.
Yeah, beautiful. And so you notice that you are avoiding your fear.
sometimes it takes me at least some 3 days, 4 days, or sometimes 3 weeks, 4 weeks, sometimes 3 months, sometimes 1 year to overcome that doubt.
Yeah,
According to the
listen, what I'm
situation.
saying. When you are about to experience fear, don't you want to avoid the fear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Even to realizing that it is fear, it takes me a long time. It's the fear is only inside. And
Something-
otherwise, I think that I am not enough to do this work.
Hmm.
And these
Okay, good.
kind of
Great. Thank
all
you.
are negative things. Thank you, sir.
Got it, got it, got it. I understood that. Thank you, Shanti. Now let's talk to Shakti. Shanti and Shakti both coming together. No.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. So for me, most of the time in my mind is I'm doing judging, and then I'm comparing sometimes. And then I want to come out of this situations, like I want to avoid it. I don't want to face it.
Yeah,
Mostly my
first-
mind is
first-
trying to,
Start
trying
again.
to.
Start again. We missed the first part.
Oh, sir. Sir, my mind most of the time is complaining about myself. Why you behave like this, why you did this kind of complaints will be there. And then I'm judging about that situations. Because of this, I didn't do this, or you are lazy, that's why you didn't do this. That's why I'm complaining about that. I want to escape from that reality. My mind is trying to convince me escape from this always. It's not about this striving mode. It's like escaping that reality. Then I need to convince myself, no, you go and face it.
Uh-huh.
Yes, it's like 10% only. I'm convincing myself I'm going and approaching and facing that. But most of the time I'm escaping.
Beautiful.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Kunen, you wish to say something?
Yes, sir. Very good morning to you and all. What is coming to me, sir, all the time, unconsciously, what I keep on doing is based on the past references, I keep on protecting myself. Whatsoever thoughts, whatsoever the reality I have created within this mind, I keep on protecting. I don't want to get this disturbed. And of course, the judging and doubting, everything comes. So the whole idea what is there is protect this. Don't let this harm, damage, or change.
Yeah.
That's what
so
is.
when- Yeah, I got it. I got it. So when that happens, what would anybody do? He would either defend something or he would avoid something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because what are you defending anyway? What are you protecting anyway?
True.
We are protecting some point of view. And when somebody is judging us, that is a point of view, and we are avoiding to take that point of view.
Right, sir.
Got it?
Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Yes, Rama sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
So one thing is, instead of facing the reality, facing the fear of missing out, fear of failure, no, fear of judgment by others, all those things. Instead of that, the mind tries to avoid it by the way of justifications, reasons, and inventions.
Yeah, and that's a way of defending.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we justifying? What are we? So just a point of view that, see, all that we are most of the time is our point of view.
Yeah.
And something that challenges that you feel the need to defend your point of view.
Right.
Yeah. Or you would even avoid listening to any such point of view of others.
Including my own point of view.
If that negative sort of a thing happens, for example, what happens to me is if I'm getting discouraged, which is another point of view, I want to avoid that.
Yeah.
I don't even want to go there.
Correct. Exactly.
So you might have noticed that when we are coaching people, and sometimes we want to make them take a deep dive into some topic. They will evade and they will become evasive. They'll change the topic. They'll start talking about something else.
Correct.
That's the way of avoiding or defending.
For years and decades.
But we might have noticed, at least the members of our group here, that we've stopped doing that much.
Yeah.
We've
No, but
got-
I'm saying previously, but now also it is there. It is there.
keeps coming up, no?
Like Shanti ma'am said, it may be for weeks, it may be for months
Months, yeah.
or days. Yeah.
Or it may just go just like that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank
All right, very good. Thank you very much for sharing that, Rama. So what about the rest of you? Have you started noticing what we are doing most of the time? Kamal, you are unmuted. Maybe you want to say something? Ashok ji, you are also unmuted. Okay, never mind. I thought you want to say something. Yes, Neeti, go ahead.
So there's a lot of counter intention.
Yeah, but what is a counter intention? Let us deep dive into that.
What should not happen, and because that happened in the past, then the comparison from the past and in the whole thing gets knitted into a spaghetti bowl.
Yeah, so do you notice that you're getting a particular point of view at that moment?
Yes, yes.
And your mind wants to avoid it. I hope it doesn't.
Half the mind wants to avoid it, and half the mind dives deep into it.
A deep dive into it, like what? Arey Baba, aisa ho jayega, it will happen.
And then you it's like a whirlpool. You keep getting into it, once you try and pull out, and then again 2 minutes later you're getting into it.
Yeah, and eventually it leads to discouragement. Do you notice that?
Total.
Loss of
Very heavy
enthusiasm.
feel. Loss of enthusiasm, very heavy feel, depressed feel. Expressions change, appearance changes,
Yep,
words change.
yep. That is what I call your attention gets fixed on something. Right?
Yes.
And the reason it's getting fixed is that you're resisting it also at the same time. See?
Ah.
So what is resisting? Resisting is an attempt to defend something. Na? Ki aisa nahi hona chahiye.
Yes.
So what I'm beginning to realize is that all the stuff that we are doing, underlying all that is our desire to hold on to, we have a point of view, we want to hold on to it. So we'll defend it. Ki ye sahi hai. How strongly we hold on. You can use another word called you hold on to your beliefs. I believe this thing, what I believe is true. And I'm not willing to listen to anything which is trying to show me that it's not true. Correct? So I'm avoiding listening. Or I'll get into the defensive mode and try to prove that no. What I believe is the correct belief. And sometimes we may not even say to anyone. We'll be doing it silently in your head. You could be sitting listening to something which we are talking and your mind is saying, I don't believe this. This is not correct. Prove it to me. How do you know? These are all ways of, avoiding and defending. Even sometimes, when somebody is behaving in a particular way and a point of view comes up, and then you will try to defend the point of view by saying, see, what I think is correct. Dekha usne kya kiya? He hamesha aise hi karta hai. He always does like this. So I want to hold on to that. Now, all this is good. So I believe you people realize this. Please hang on, Shanti. I'll get back to you. Yeah, you can put your hand down for now. Now, what are we losing? Because of all this. Now, many of you said very, very interesting things. This is what we are doing in our mind mostly. Avoiding, defending points of view, judging, avoiding the judgment of others, also as a way of avoiding other people's point of view. Brooding about something, getting upset about something, blah, blah, blah. So many things are happening. So what do we lose? I mean, what is our loss? What is happening? First of all, we are not in allowance. We cannot be. If we are not in allowance, then what happens?
You lose peace of mind.
We lose peace of mind. So you don't have any more ease in your life. You don't have any more joy in your life. You're not able to create in life. Because you're caught in a whirlpool of your own creation. A whirlpool, samajhte ho? What is another word for whirlpool in Hindi?
Chakravyuh.
Bhamri. No, Bhamri.
Chakravyuh.
Chakravyuh. Yeah, we can call it a Chakravyuh also.
Bhavar.
Bhavar.
Daldal.
दलदल. तो अपने ही दिमाग के बनाए हुए दलदल में हम फंसे रहते हैं. And the thought of creating our life doesn't even come. So it only becomes about surviving. And there are these little, what shall I say, interludes. या बीच में कभी कुछ create कर लेते हैं. Otherwise, you will notice that it is all about self-preservation. Don't do anything which will make me lose my sukh chain. So there is sometimes we create an artificial, मैं बड़े चैन में हूँ भाई. I've achieved everything. I'm very happy. If I create now, फिर दलदल, फिर उथल-पुथल हो जाएंगे. I'll be rocking the boat. I'll be making my life difficult for me. Why should I do that? So there is a point of view, na? If I try to create now, I may lose everything that I already have. And why should I rock the boat? Why should I make my life difficult for me? Etc. etc. How interesting is that? So, anybody wants to say anything about that?
Yes, sir. I think that's how the importance of awareness of the thoughts come in. And as you and I remember the exercise what we had done earlier. So if we are aware of what exactly the thoughts we are creating, so maybe we can manage by understanding that I am currently doing this, which can be changed to create the life. Thank you, sir.
So who wants to do an awareness exercise with everybody? Let's listen to what Shanti has to say in the meantime. Yeah, Shanti, go ahead. Shanti ji, go ahead. Please say what you want to say. She's not saying.
Sir, the distractions, and most of the distractions are because of the social media, our access to the phone. It is ready with all the distractions. Again, it gets us into some comparing, some judging, the same thing. If we can avoid this distraction, if we are a little bit more aware of what we are, our current situation, and even our current situation is not very comfortable. We want to be in that situation because we think that a step forward may cause us to lose the current situation. We are comfortable in the, even if it is it's worse, we are comfortable in that situation. We don't want to get out of it.
True. So now the question is, if you notice some things very interesting are happening here, the moment I asked you to look at what are you using your mind most of the time, you became aware of what you're doing. Correct? And then you also become aware that where your brain is getting fixed, where your attention is getting fixed. You notice that? So one of the most important things to do is to keep our attention free. So when all this stuff is going on in your mind, it is fixed on that. That is why you don't see any possibilities. See, you can create only if you see possibility. Now let us imagine that there is a possibility in front of you, okay, I can do this. For example, Reddy Garu says that I can make my company into 50,000 crore company. The thought comes in his mind. Okay, that's a possibility. Whether he's going to act on that possibility or not will depend on what? He should be able to make more possibilities. Okay, if I have to do that, then what next action? Then what next action? How to make it possible? He can put his attention on that. How to make it possible, right? Mostly what will the mind do? It will come up with all sorts of, no, that is too big. How can you do it? Immediately, do you notice? Nidhi will also call it counter intention. I will also call it counter intention. Immediately, your mind will keep on showing you why it cannot be possible. And your attention gets fixed on that. Tell me, if you want to create something in your life, should your attention be fixed on counter intentions? Where, why it is not possible, why will it not happen, it will be very difficult, it will shake up my life, my industry is doing very well, why to do too much, then I might even lose what I have and blah, blah, blah. That your mind is getting fixed on, instead of asking a simple question. I have this idea how to make it possible. Let us say even a thought comes, okay, what if I lose what I already have? Then next question, okay, so how do I make it possible and ensure that I don't lose what I already have? If I'm creating bigger than what I already have, why is it written somewhere? God came and wrote, I'll already lose what I already have. It's a very interesting scenario. Once there was a person I was coaching, and she said to me that, I want to get married. I said, okay, so have you found a guy? So she said, if I find a guy, then I'll have to marry him. I said, but you want to get married, no? I do, but if I get married, then who's going to look after my parents? And there's nobody else. And what will happen? So I said, is there a possibility that you could do both? No, but they will get upset. How do you know they'll get upset? People get upset, they get over their upset also. No, I know them very well, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And that's where the story is hanging right now. The possibility is there. But where is the mind getting fixed on? Why it is not going to happen? Why I cannot make it happen? What are all the negative things that will happen if I make it happen? So even the first step, to causing something. So I was talking to another person the other day, something similar. Where is the guarantee? How do I know he's the right guy? He's not doing very well in his life right now. I said, so there is a guarantee that he'll never do very well. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. So are you willing to take a chance in your life? See, very simple. Are you willing to take a chance to create a possibility in your life? So again, I will repeat the question for the benefit of Reddy Garu, because he had gone. So to create something big, are you willing to take a chance? Chance money, maybe there is a risk, maybe. If you go for a walk in the morning, also it is a risk nowadays. You never know. Somebody may say, oh, Reddy Garu, rich man, let us kidnap him. Pock. I hope it never happens. I know it will never happen. But these days that risk is always there, right? You won't believe there is this, these are very old people. They are very well known to me and they live in Gurgaon and they go for morning walk every day. Okay. And there was some fellow who was jogging very fast. He was running and he came. I don't know where his mind was. He banged into this old gentleman. And that man was in hospital for 2 months with his leg broken. Okay. Now, do you ever expect that in the park you are walking and somebody's running so fast? And where is his fellow's brain that he didn't see this man banged into him? Maybe he miscalculated or something. So where is there no risk? You tell me something. But one of our very strongly held point of view is no, 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 don't take a risk. So my friends, my question to you is, if this is a point of view that you want to defend, that one should not take any risk, you should always be safe. That is a point of view that we always defend, And we always avoid anything where even a little risk is involved. Because risk is a point of view that you attach to uncertainty. So the moment your mind says, I don't know what will happen, that is uncertainty. And I don't know what will happen is a risk. Sometimes we don't talk to someone because it's a risk. How many of you had this situation that you wanted to talk to someone about something important and you did not? And why did you not talk to them? Because your mind is saying it is a risk. If I talk to them, they may shout at me, they may disagree with me, they may say no. But they may say, I don't want to talk to you. So I don't want to take that risk. So how many of the things in our life we are avoiding, defending, spending our time on that, and not able to create something which we are all desiring? And we also know that we are capable of creating. See, how much am I avoiding? Remember, when you do these things, what we talked about, avoiding, defending, judging, avoiding people's judgment and complaining and being fearful and all these things, you cannot be in allowance. And if you cannot be in allowance, there can be no creation possible in life. No? So forget about creation. You cannot even have a life of ease and joy. हम बच्चों की मस्ती देख के कितने प्रभावित होते हैं. We are so impressed by the मस्ती of the children. We don't enjoy मस्ती. The only difference between the child and you and me is they have nothing to defend and they have nothing to avoid. They just live. सारी उम्र भर डर डर के जी लिए. हसीना जी को याद है वो गाना? बताइए ना जरा. You'll have to unmute yourself.
No, आगे ख्याल नहीं है.
Kunain might be remembering. Suddenly he will remember a शेर also. ये बिल्ली नहीं बोलते हैं, शेर बोलते हैं रोज. बोलिए सर, अभी आप बिल्ली बोलने वाले हो या शेर?
एक थोड़ा ज्ञान देना था.
दे दो फिर.
This reminds me the 3 C's. I'm just trying to understand the conversations so that I can remember this. So the 3 C's is about choice, chance, and change. So we have to make choices, take a chance if we want something in our life to get changed. So choice, chance, change. Thank you, sir.
So say that again.
I'm trying to get a takeaway.
Just say the 3 things.
Yeah.
Choice.
Make a choice, take chance, and change whatever you want in your life.
And if you want to do that, do you notice how much you will have to give up avoiding, defending, judging? And all that? Otherwise, you will never make a choice, na?
True.
हम तो decision लेने में उलझे रहते हैं. See, with all this drama going on in our mind, we are trying to make a decision. We have to have all the right reasons. We have to minimize the risk and blah, blah, blah. So we never make a choice, na? So the starting point is making a choice, which never happens. See, forget about creating big things in life, I say even a small thing like talking to someone, okay? Sometimes, there are relationships which are stuck up and you need to only talk to them and clarify it. But we are afraid of the, volcano that might erupt. We don't know कि ऐसा कुछ विस्फोट होएगा कि नहीं, but we are afraid of it. Yeah, so we want to avoid listening to all the stuff that they are going to say to us. Like one person never talked to another one. And I said, why are you not talking to him? He said, sir, वो बोलेगा आ गए ना अभी तुम, आ गया ऊंट पहाड़ के नीचे. I don't want to listen to that. Now you have come, now you felt my need. I don't want to hear this, so I'll not talk to him. But all that it required was simple, hello, how are you? Have not talked to you for much time. So when we are not willing to face that the person may say, I don't want to talk to you. The person may say, I want to have nothing to do with you. But he has not said it yet. Sometimes a person has said it also. I want to have nothing to do with you. Now why have you called me? And you notice the conversation will not go beyond that. Sometimes you also know what to say after that, but you won't say it. Somebody told you, now why you called him? Maybe all you need to say is, okay, beta, I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am. Neeti ji.
Yes, sir. Sir, when you're talking about breaking our resistance with people, here I would like to share one thing. Many times, even saying something is not important. Just change of your own internal energies does the work. And my personal experience has been, when there was one relationship where I was finding it very difficult to calm myself and make that break. And I think once or twice only, with a lot of genuinity, I just asked for lots of blessings for that person. And that changed me. That has changed my, brought me onto that neutral allowance acceptance level, which I was myself not being able to do. Just asking for blessings for that person, just that much, and a lot of relationships begin to improve.
Yeah,
A lot
but
of
you notice,
connects.
see, just to be even to ask that blessings for someone, you needed to give up something in your mind, no?
Yeah, because there was a desire and I was not being able to achieve it.
Yeah, but what did you have to give up in your mind in order to even reach that point where you wanted to send blessings to them?
So when you, I think differently, because between you and disconnect, what resistance? Where is resistance?
Exactly. So that resistance comes from where? So the moment you decided to drop your judgment, the resistance goes away and you can say, all right, let a lot of blessings go to that person.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you also notice that there was no expectation anymore? I am sending blessings. That's it.
Yes. Yes.
No, there's no, you're not expecting anything in return.
No.
I mean, if they respond, good. If they don't, see, that is a kind of coming close to allowance, right? मेरा काम है blessings दुआ देना, मैं दे रहा हूँ.
That ice has got broken even without saying anything one-to-one.
Yeah,
But
because we dropped in our own mind anything, judgment that we might have been holding on to, anything that we have been defending, anything we have been avoiding, we were dropping it and saying, all right, and no expectation either. Now, if you
and
see,
I think, sorry, today I think what is the most beautiful part is I was not trying to unravel the whole thing into which is a right stand and which is a wrong stand. I just wanted to get out of that negativity and have a more open approach in the relationship. So if we give up our desire to decide who is right and who is wrong, that judgment, where the turn was right and where the turn was wrong and who took that turn. If we are agreeing to give up that, the battle is won.
Yeah, so you have to give some point of view, right?
Yeah.
All judgments are only points of view.
But I think the outcome is such a blessing that until you didn't point out, I wasn't even realizing that I gave up a resistance.
Yeah.
You didn't point out, I didn't realize it because the entire experience turned into a blessing.
Exactly. It would have never happened otherwise. So great. Aren't you blessed? Yes, Vetri.
Of course, sir, we listen to this sharing, beautiful sharing from DTG, and we are blessed. Thank you very much, Riti. I just want to add something to what DTG said. We were talking about risking these things. And what I'm getting is, what is we are risking? The more word risk comes, it comes with a lot of added stuff to it. We said we are going to risk the world, we are going to risk the money, we are going to risk
your voice is, kind of echoing or something. We cannot hear your words clearly, Vetri.
Oh, maybe some problems. I'll share later.
And now it is better.
Actually, when we talk about this risking business, what immediately comes into our mind is because of the past package, risking the world, risking the money, risking the relationship. But after this great discussion, what takeaway I take is we are only risking our point of view.
That's all.
We are only risking our default mode.
Yeah.
We are only risking our comfort zone.
Yeah.
Nothing else. World is there to wait for us to come and take and go. Thank you very much. Amazing.
Yeah, beautiful. Because there is no guarantee that what happened in the past will happen now also, no? That is our point of view. Oh, it happened in the past, so it will happen now also. Very good. Thank you very much. Abhinav, go ahead.
Yeah, so I am, your question was, why don't we go for something big in life? Can you hear me clearly? Because
Yeah, go ahead.
okay. So, and someone gave the answer also, because when you gave the answer also, the fear is what I have right now, I may end up losing that also. I remember when we came to Delhi in 1982, we didn't have a house, When I was young, I used to wonder, then, when we used to have 1 dozen kelas. So, I used to get 2 bananas out of it. So I said, one day I will be rich. I will eat all 12 bananas. So it comes from that time, whatever I have right now, I don't want to risk, trying to go for something big. I will end up, losing what I have right now.
Yeah, so
that is the fear.
And where did that point?
And sorry, one thing more I would like to add, I can see this fear in others very clearly. If someone says to me, I'm scared of getting married, so I will say, yeah, okay, get married. Yeah, at the most, the marriage will break. Nothing will happen. So what? So many marriages break. What's the big deal? Yeah. Salman Khan gets into a relationship every 6 months, it breaks and he's okay about it. Why are you fearful? So very easy to preach others, but very difficult to preach myself. Yeah.
And where is it written that if something that you are going to lose what you have, if you try for something bigger? मैं किसी क्या कहते हैं उसमें पुराण में तो नहीं लिखा हुआ है ना?
See, but this is something I've experienced in my life,
Yeah.
Once I've seen in in my friend's life also, I've seen others' life also. And I've seen, I think the movies make a lot of impact also. The hero has everything, and then he loses everything. And then the Bania looks at his with dirty eyes at his younger sister also. I think there was the hero was Rajkumar. I remember in the movie Rajkumar tells his wife, मैं बाहर जाता हूँ तो लोग पैसे मांगते हैं, जहाँ जाता हूँ लोग पैसे मांगते हैं, घर पे आता हूँ तुम भी ये कंप्लेंट कर रही हो तो मैं क्या करूँ? I remember the Rajkumar dialogue.
Yeah, so you can imagine where our programming has happened from.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, Ramadan.
One of the reasons for not going for the big one is something small was tried, but that itself did not work. Okay, so that created a kind of some fear, some hesitations,
Hmm.
even though it is not relevant now. So whatever I was supposed to, whatever I was trying, small, which was not succeeded, that is not relevant anymore.
Hmm.
But that instance keep bothering in the mind, and it stops trying something big.
Hmm.
So
True.
that's where all the past whatever problems has to be sorted out. Otherwise, it will keep blocking. It keeps blocking.
So the thing is that we need to become adept at dropping it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And if we can just see everything as, oh, that's another interesting point of view, that's it. I don't have to avoid it. I don't have to defend it. I can just be with it and say, all right, let me do what I'm doing.
Yeah.
My suggestion or my realization in my life is that if you're aware where your attention is going.
Yeah.
If your attention can be focused on possibilities, that means your attention is going on what you wish to create, and don't let it get fixed on all the negative stuff that's going on in your mind. Then there is a possibility of creating something.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
So
we'll just be in that, counter intention, intention, counter intention.
exactly. Yeah. So on the relationship, there is an assumption that the other person may be not at all thinking anything. I can approach and clarify or whatever, but my own assumption that, oh, that person must be thinking like this, or maybe like that. So let me not even attempt. I don't want to hear something which I don't want to hear. So I just leave that relationship as it is hanging. So it is to do with points of views and assumptions, and more importantly, the lack of not looking at from the other person's point of view. I always look at only from my point of view. If I take little bit effort and look at from that person's point of view, then it may become obvious that, oh, there is nothing. It's just a regular thing. I can just communicate and complete the incompleteness or relationship issue.
Yep. That is why we say, communication begins with the willingness to accept another person's point of view without changing it. Now,
But the problem is, yeah, we don't even know what is their point of view. We are assuming that this is their point of view.
Yeah. So if you are willing to accept and know what the other person's point of view is, then okay, it's only his point of view, na?
Yeah.
So when it comes to defending, so are we not avoiding wanting to know other people's point of view?
Exactly. So there is a hesitation, fear, or something. Don't even want to listen to the other person's point of view.
So there may be the reason is that we believe that if we listen and we get their point of view, we may have to agree with them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or we may have to disagree with them.
Yeah.
And we don't want to do anything.
Correct.
At the same time, we want to make our point of view prevail.
In our own mind,
our own point of view.
Yeah, without clarifying.
See, because we are so adamant about, preserving and defending our point of view, that we don't even want to listen to someone's point of view, that I might have to give up my point of view. I don't want to give up my point of view, so I don't want to listen to somebody's point of view. But where is it written that if you understand or get somebody's point of view, you have to give up your point of view? You can hold on to it also if you want to. Because that is another one.
Because I know that it is such a weak point of view. When I listen to other person's point of view, really I have to drop it.
No, maybe not. See, consider
in some cases.
See, Rama, why do we have to believe that if my point of view is right, then other person's point of view will be wrong?
Or the other way around.
It could be both right, no? It may be that, okay, his point of view is also right, my point of view is also right. Then
exactly.
What is the need?
Exactly, yeah.
Because many times, actually, more things get created when you realize, okay, there is some validity in that person's point of view also. And there is a validity in my point of view also. And if both parties agree on it, there's so much of co-creation takes place. Na?
Absolutely. I think that is where the real problem is. People think that it is always in opposition. There is in many in our minds, in myself also. Instead of
if
thinking
you're
like
right, I
exactly
must
you
be
said,
wrong.
yeah. So it
If
need
I'm
not
right,
be, yeah, it need not be opposite. It can be complementary actually.
exactly. Both can be, then so much of co-creation happens in life. In politics, how much a problem is happening because people just don't want to, they think they want to only establish my point of view is the point of view. If I accept the other fellow's point of view, then I'll have to, it is like saying I'm wrong or something. No, both can be right also, no?
Yes.
Great. Thank you so much. Yes, Kunen.
Sir, I wanted to ask one question.
Ji, sir. Puchiye, sir.
Sir, we always say, and we are energy being. So, yes, there are certain point of views, and we protect, preserve, we fix. So, is anything energetically or any other force is there, even though I am willing to look for another point of views? Is there any other energy which stops, or if something else exists which we are not aware of, which can't we see and we can't even understand, and then it stops us to look for other point of views, or energetically what's happening around me? I want to understand.
I think you should find it out for yourself by being more sensitive to energies. You may discover that it's all energy anyway. A thought is an energy, a word is an energy. You're picking people's energies in the form of thought forms. Do you know that more than 99% of your feelings, emotions, and thoughts are not your own? You're just picking it up from people with whom we are energetically connected. You understand? It's not even ours. And unconsciously, how much of this resistance and reaction might be going on when you're picking up other people's thoughts? So that's the reason why many of us feel drained out and tired also. That's why when you go to a hill station where number of people is less, you feel energized because you're not picking up so many of these nonsensical thought forms. Imagine living in a city like Bombay. I mean, look at the density of the population, how many people are surrounding us all the time. So good question to ask yourself all the time. Who does it belong to? Who does it belong to? It'll free you up. That energetic stuff, So much of energetic stuff that we are carrying with us for years. That is what gets released. When I do this symphony of possibilities healing, a lot of that stuff gets released. That's why many people experience many breakthroughs in their life. So anyway, that's it for today.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and so we will close with Shairi from our Shires. And one request to everybody is that I would like 2-3 volunteers to hold on after this meeting is over, because I want to test out something which I'm doing. It's causing me a lot of trouble. So maybe you'll help me to fix it. Can we do that? So let's have the Shairi. And I think before that, Shanti needs to do some Shairi. So Shanti, please go ahead. Shanti, we are waiting for you to speak.
Sir, no Shairi, but I think we are not ready for the co-creation. We are expecting what we want. We want to create. But when we get ready for a co-creation, we will come out and we will talk freely with other people.
Yeah. So for that, you will have to stop defending your point of view.
Yes.
You will have to stop avoiding listening to other people's point of view.
Yes, sir.
Without that, co-creation cannot happen, no?
Yes, sir. We have to be like, we must be ready to melt down to nothing. And a new possibility is created.
Very well said. Beautiful. Thank you very much, Shanti ji. All right, so let's have a quick Shairi from, who shall we hear the Shairi from? Of course, from Kunen and Kamal and Kasa Sai, who joined us at 7:34. We can listen to him also, or anybody else. So let's start with Kamal.
Yeah, good morning all. या एक शेर जो मुझे याद आ रहा है कि कुछ अजीब तरह से गुजर गई मेरी भी जिंदगी, कुछ अजीब तरह से गुजर गई मेरी भी जिंदगी, सोचा कुछ, किया कुछ, हुआ कुछ, मिला कुछ. That's it.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Now I'm not going to ask anyone to translate it. You can listen to the recording and ask someone to do it for you. Okay. Who else? Kunan?
यस सर, थैंक यू. अच्छा शेयर था कमल जी. जिंदगी से याद आया जनाब के लोग हर मोड़ पर रुक रुक कर संभलते क्यों हैं. लोग हर मोड़ पर रुक रुक कर संभलते क्यों हैं. इतना डरते हैं तो फिर घर से निकलते क्यों हैं. इतना डरते हैं तो फिर घर से निकलते क्यों हैं. और अर्ज क्या है कि जिंदगी तो है जिंदा दिली से जीने के लिए. जिंदगी तो है जिंदा दिली से जीने के लिए. और अर्ज क्या है कि अजीब नासमझी है मौत से पहले हर पल मरते क्यों हैं. मौत से पहले हर पल मरते क्यों हैं. अजीब नासमझी है. बहुत शुक्रिया सर.
Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay. So just a quick reminder, I'd like 2 or 3 of you to hold on for maybe 5 minutes. So who can do that? The rest of you can leave the meeting. Okay, Rama and Kunan. All right. Okay, so that 2 of you is enough. Anybody else also you can hold on if you want to. Yes, Shanti. Go ahead, Shanti. We are waiting for you to speak.
No, sir, I want to join with you, sir.
Yeah, okay, then you don't leave the meeting. So thank you very much, everybody else, for being there. It was a wonderful conversation and we'll have more of it tomorrow morning. Thank you. Yes, Kasa?
Can I join the meeting, sir?
Yeah, it's only testing some equipment. Yeah, certainly you can be a part of it. The rest of you can leave, please. Unless you also want to be subjected to some loud noises. Okay, so a minute. I'm just testing out a method of using a new microphone that I've got. So what do we do now? One second, hold on, please. कुनैन, आपकी बात सुन के मुझे एक शेर गाना था किसी मूवी का, वो याद आ गया.
जी जनाब, इरशाद.
लोग पीते हैं, लड़खड़ाते हैं, दुनिया का गम मिटाते हैं, है ना. एक हैं हमी जो प्यासे आते हैं प्यासे जाते हैं. सुने लोग पीते हैं,
गाने से दूर रहता हूँ तो अंदाजा नहीं.
वो पीना तो अलग होता है, एक एनर्जेटिक पीना भी होता है. नहीं
जी, आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड.
और दुनिया का गम मिटाते हैं.
गम मिटाते हैं हम भूलने के लिए, ऐसा कुछ है.
हाँ, नहीं वो अलग है. एक हम है कि तेरी महफिल में